Good morning and happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Beautiful sunny day in Merced.
Yes, and we're on our little walk and we're trying our little stick here and
Got some music going too, so just in case some of that pops up, we don't know the copyright or lyrics, just in case.
Right.
Don't mute.
We do not own any of the music.
What's
Thank
going
you,
on
thank you,
right now?
thank you.
What station we got? I don't even know what that one is. Now
It's
I'm
a bit
turning that
loud.
down.
Yeah. Okay, so, we've been in deep conversation these last few days, weeks. Part of our conversation.
Last 24 months.
24 months. Actually, our entire lives. No.
Basically.
Yeah. So, part of our conversation and, growth as human beings is, the power of manifestation and our own evolution.
Yep.
And how the power of manifestation really is, our evolution. It really is. If we sit static and we do not dream build and create our own heaven and our own bliss, what are we left with?
Right.
Nothing,
Well,
right? We're stagnant. We're not moving forward.
Isn't there a different language people use to things like goals or goal setting, or there's all kinds of different ways you can put it out there, right? But
yeah.
I like the idea, the use of the word manifestation. I think has quite a unique, specific meaning when it comes to creating the reality you want.
Yeah.
See, I'll just put my 2 cents in up front here just on this.
Sure.
Here's my issue with all the current worldview kind of goal setting or ideas that, like the power of attraction, for example. See, this to me suggests at the fundamental level that everything then is separate from you, and it's something you have to go outside yourself to go get. I have to attract it. I have to goal set for it. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with putting some very powerful words down, like setting goals in the gym, for example, very specific numbers. That's fine. I mean, that can be part of your whole way you live and express yourself and realize, manifestation, right? But I think that's more of a tactical level of manifestation. Mm-hmm. Is that a good setup versus what? Because I think what you tell the audience or convey is, what is manifestation? What do we really mean by that?
Right.
And we're one other thing I'll just set up and hand it to you is we're in a universe of energy.
Right.
So I like going the science approach too, quantum physics, not just like esoteric and spiritual. So if we're in a universe of pure energy, and Sister Sophia, is it true we are also pure energy at our fundamental level, right?
We are pure energy that is created from information, correct?
Information, which underlies the whole universe too. Mm-hmm. So we're the same fabric, interwoven. So that suggests a non-dual unity. And everything in the universe and every possibility that could ever exist within the realm of quantum physical rules in this universe constrained to some degree, right? You can't break the rules that we live in. Other than that, though, it would suggest if we're pure energy, and from a spiritual perspective, when we know our true selves, that the universe actually resides within.
We're going through a tunnel now.
It would suggest to us that manifestation really is something about uncovering a reality, almost like a quantum physical wavical state between particle and wave, until the conscious observer observes it. That's all of the realities that exist within us. What do you think?
I love it. I do. And I'll say this, that we have been, as a race, stripped from the deepest gnosis that really did at some point reside in the Bible, but even before then, before it was all manipulated and contorted and stripped to control the masses, little red pill moment, but that's where we're coming from also. Mm-hmm. That this gnosis and map that was set forth and given to humanity was taken away from us, and this is what really we are awakening to, is our power of manifestation, which is within us, which is part of our massive collective consciousness and evolution.
Interesting.
And so when you want to suppress, yes, when you want, yes,
co-creation.
Yes, when you want to oppress the masses, what do? You strip them from their power.
How do you do that? Lots of ways, actually.
Lots of ways.
What, so like fluoride in the water? Do you know with that Nazi concentration camp, they put fluoride in the water to keep more docile, and 2/3 of Americans are still getting and they're drinking water. And there's more evidence that it's toxic to us than lead was in gasoline that was removed in the 70s. That's one way. Mass programming, just mass media.
Programming.
That were mechanical
Genocide
beings.
of our earth keepers.
Genocide?
Of
Oh,
our
the
tribes.
ancient wisdom, right. The gatekeepers.
The burning of the women and the men that were...
Spiritually realized, just healers.
Yep, they were here to heal.
Had the unity
And
with the
still are.
one and were spreading that heresy, according to them, right?
Yeah. So,
Lots of ways.
so exactly. So strip the masses from their power.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, everyone? We are uncovering texts. Just listen to Greg Braden. If you guys don't follow him, please follow him and listen to him. He's uncovered the text of the gospel of the lost gospels of Thomas, which were once in the Bible. And these texts actually describe the map to heavenly manifestation, the actual map.
Red pill drop.
Thank you. So, well, that's even that small little tidbit of recovery and remembrance, because the Akashic records are here for us. They're actually our angelic guides also, right? All of that information is seeping through right now. It's piercing through the veil.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Is it like, so we were talking about pure energy, right? The universe is within, we're pure energy, and we thought of manifestation more of, it's not separate from us. It's a possible quantum physical state reality.
Yes.
So then the question remains, I think this gets into the idea of now of our chakras. What are those? Like we have, what's known is 7 of them that's popular, but actually it's an infinite spiral all the way up, because that's just the way universe works, right?
Yep.
You have infinite higher selves too. So what I'd like to get to is my asking the question is, how important is it of all the chakras, particularly the 2 that come to mind are the heart chakra and the third eye, or the crown chakra. I guess you could refer to the crown chakra and or the third eye chakra. Basically where I'm getting
heart,
to,
crown.
well, root as well.
Yes.
But really you see where I'm getting
Yes.
is heart, mind, and of course it had to be grounded in the root.
Yes.
So how important is that when you talk about manifestation? Can you elaborate, illuminate? Because I see a lot, where I'm leading with this question is, I've seen again with like the secret or other things where it's like separate goal setting. It seems to always be this, get your mind and words right. You know, even Shad Helmstetter had a lot of self-talk. And you put down the words that you want to manifest. But I always thought there was something missing. And that's what I'm asking you.
So we are energetic portals. Okay. Our portals, act as generators. And those generators are part of our meridians and everything that aligns us to our biggest...
The meridian grid as well.
Yes,
You're talking
our
about
biggest
she's
portal,
talking about our energy.
our birth portal.
She's talking about our own energy, just makeup, which is quite fascinating, complex. Not only the chakras, we've got the energy grid.
Right.
It gets pretty elaborate. I mean, you're basically this Taurus at the biggest picture, Taurus coming in, and there's all this energy flowing, and it's the idea is where's the blocks to? So that's why I asked you the question too on how important is the heart-mind alignment and manifestation. I'm really interested.
You know, Randy, thank you, because that's truly important. So that's why we talk about the mind, body, spirit connection, and in our journey, what are we all doing? We're trying to align with all of ourselves, right? And so in order to do that, we have to go through our shadow work, heal, right?
Shadow work.
Yep.
Lots of detailed, deep shadow.
Right.
And you're not even going to get everything on your own. That's the biggest
And we're not
realization.
saying that we're experts at this, by the way.
But I'll tell you, we're living encyclopedias of what we're building on a analysis basis of, because now we're living it together in a conscious relationship.
Yes.
And my God, let me tell you something. Yeah, I've done probably, she would say, I think you would say, out of any person you've ever met, particularly any male, the amount of shadow work I came in with and I did myself, you would say was quite extraordinary.
Yes, because you were forced to. See,
I was
so
forced
Randy
to, right? Yeah.
chose this life.
Yeah, of
I
course.
chose mine. You chose yours.
We all choose it.
Okay.
Right?
So Randy chose this life, and he came into a vessel that was toxic from the very
toxic.
beginning. That's his lineage.
Right.
Right? From womb to womb to womb to womb. No one, and I can't say anyone because I don't know how your ancestors handled this and why this accumulated within your ancestral lineage and then forged its way through your bloodline and into you and into your son.
Right.
Right? We know this. So, oh gosh, where was I going with this? Okay.
Well, you're talking about, again, I chose this life,
So he
right?
chose this life,
Right.
and he hit a brick wall
Which was...
at the age of 43.
We knew, with these Akashic records, like when you choose lives, really how it works is, you've obviously past, present, futures just in the Akashic halls. You can look through lives like catalogs, encyclopedias, like, Encyclopedia Britannica, or catalogs of which lives that I think I want to incarnate next, right? But of course, it wouldn't be no fun, even for your source, like I'm source myself, I've learned this. I've incarnated in this universe. There's 2 trillion or more of me incarnating every second, just in this one alone. The universe is really that big. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so when you go ahead and you incarnate one of these lives, it makes no sense if you could see everything, because we have all the future already laid out. That makes no sense, because why are we here? We're incarnating to try to remember again and grow in a universe of pain and pleasure, binaries. That's why we feel the pain. That's why I chose the life. I came in the most dramatic pain, chronic, acute, whatever, in history to come back and talk about it. And that was a manifestation. My healing journey, I said this to the audience before, that in my darkest hour, I finally made the conviction, heart, mind, soul, everything. I said, not only am I going to heal, I'm going to be robustly healthy. And anyone who's been following us, out of our nearly 11,000 plus friends and followers collectively, have you seen the dance videos lately? I mean, I'm 53, about to turn 54. And manifestation is a real thing when you understand what it is. And we're doing this now with some extremely large goals in mind. I guess I'll use the word goal. That's fine. Goals are fine. We have goals.
Of course.
Right? Everyone. It's a good benchmark in the material manifest realm.
Of course.
It's a good measurement, right? To see, like, where have I come?
Yeah.
The idea, though, is much different at a consciousness level, where you're not looking at a goal as something that you lack and you're reaching for and it's outside of yourself. It's more of a benchmark to just say, okay, in the manifest realm, when I'm in full manifestation mode, this is the result, the epiphenomenon of that manifestation. It's a little different consciousness twist on it.
I would like to share an example of a manifestation moment between my daughter and I.
Oh, I love this story, by the way. Please continue.
I've had quite a few, and let's let the cyclist by. There we go. Yay! It's a happy day out here.
Happy day, women. This is just set up for your story. We don't own the copyrighted lyrics.
Nope.
We're just spreading love and gnosis today.
Entertainment purposes only.
All right, here we go. Go ahead,
Woo! Okay. So I've had a few really big manifestations occur. I'll tell you one of them. So, single, divorced, living with my daughter in our 2-bedroom apartment in Michigan, and she was in school, and she was part of a women's group that it's called Good Girl Comeback, that helps support countries and people outside of the U.S. and they do this Haiti trip, and they go and they basically work with the orphans and the women there, the men and women there, and they also tend to the sick and dying. And my daughter really wanted to do this. And I was single, one income, and I said to her, well, what is it that you want to do? And she described it to me, and immediately I said to her, don't worry about it. She goes, Mom, it's over $1,000-something. And
money
I said,
you did not have
money
at the
I
time
did not
at
have
all,
at the time.
correct?
And I was in the middle of massive purging just of self, mind, body, and spirit. I was healing, and I was very tapped into through Trinity Energy Practitioners that is led by Angela Bayer Coulter, who is my personal angel. I get emotional when I talk about her. And all the sisters there. The bond that we have, we don't have to be together. I feel them across the countries. So, I was going through this deep healing, and I looked at her and I said, Shar, don't worry about it. And she's like, what are you talking about? We don't have that kind of money. Oh.
Go ahead, continue.
I said, she said, we don't have that kind of money. And I said, yes, we do. Don't worry about it. It'll flow through. Just allow it. Just allow it. And I said, now we're going to forget about it. We're going to put it away. It actually exists. It's coming to us, and you're going to Haiti. So we forgot about it. We put it away. And 2 weeks later, I received an envelope in the mail from Bank of America. And it said, so sorry, over the last 10 years, we have overdrawn your account for overdraft fees, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? That was the money for her trip. Almost to the dollar.
That's amazing.
Huge
I
manifestation.
Love this one.
So, what is it?
Dollar. I mean, how do you explain that? That's the thing. I mean, when you really pay attention to these types of stories, and you really try to use your rational logical brain, you have to admit that within our understanding in the material realm, in our traditional classical science equations, everything, it doesn't capture all reality. But quantum physics, that's why for someone like me, I think I've been blessed with the brain. I've been blessed with, I guess. My funny story is, again, I chose one of the most difficult dark night of soul journeys of all time.
That's true.
Yet I said, well, I at least want to be pretty smart and look good while I'm doing it. So, for my brain, for me, what's been most beneficial to my gnosis awakening and everything is really being able to understand deep science too, because it's amazing. That's one of my purposes here, is really show the world that spirituality and science are not two, quantum physics are not two. It's non-dual. I mean, source of all it is. She's digital zeros and ones. She's got her own meta information, her love language, and that's where the source of everything comes from. And there's endless possibilities within the constraints of each universe. So, I mean, my life, I'll talk a little bit about mine. It's just, I've always been like the type A triple driver, hard charging, I'm gonna get everything done. Overachiever. I just was always like the goal setting freak.
Hold that.
Yeah, I was always the goal setting maniac. I mean, I graduated Northeastern at 23 in Boston, top honors. I went directly to UCLA, moved across the country. 24, I went to school full time and got a job in the oil and gas industry, Texaco, worked full time. Commuted 60 miles. I was sleeping 4 hours a night. Almost had a nervous breakdown. But then, I just switched industries. I saw software coming in vogue. Read everything about everything. Deconstructed computers. Didn't study there. Was civil engineering. Got really good at that. Got in sales. Made lots of good money. But the point is, whatever I set to, bodybuilding, I'm going to hit this. I'm going to hit that. Why do I tell you this? So basically, for me, I've hit everything I've ever set out. Here's the thing, though. So that was so hard. The goal setting and my mentality and approach was okay, get all my testosterone and just charge through each wall. And you know what? I mean, because my will is so indomitable, it worked to a degree. Here's the problem, though. I burnt myself out. And I chose this life, right? And I was toxic to begin with. But let's be honest, I know this. I didn't exactly help myself. I was always that one to always push more and more and more. The problem is, if you don't find harmony and balance, you burn yourself out. And the fact of the matter is, when the consciousness change I underwent through this 8, 9, 10-year dark night of the soul journey on this planet, and I had all this time to myself, and I did all my reading and shadow work and everything, my view on manifestation has dramatically elevated, would be a way to say it. Yes, I still talk about goals, but like I alluded to earlier, and which you have alluded to, is this idea that we're just these energetic beings. And things open up a lot more spaciousness of just to say, hey, I'm worthy, I'm source, I am love, I'm here. I know who I am now. When you really know who you are, that's the thing. You have to ground in knowing exactly who you are. You're not defined by death. And when you have that level of foundational identity knowledge of exactly who you are, you know, not only no longer fear death, but manifestation is almost like just breathing.
Yeah, it is.
You're just like, I want to create this.
It's a discipline, really.
When you're in this consciousness state, everything's always wanting to be your highest and best, of course, because we are still individuals. But you have this strong pull to, and it's a pull, not a push anymore. That's the difference. That's transition happened where it's like, you know, the idea of word telos of the universe, or telos of your life. It's the direction. It's the unidirection of what defines you. Right? And when you understand who you are, and I understand the telos not only of the universe towards higher good, higher beauty, you know, higher truth, it's for my own life too. So now it's like I don't have to push. I just sit in my silence and stillness and with my love here. And we talk about powerful ideas together, and our hearts and minds are aligned, and we want the highest good, not only for ourselves, but for the collective. We talk about it all the time. So the universe, you think the universe doesn't listen to this? You don't think all the angels, everybody, when they hear a couple, never mind an individual, that sits there and co-create manifestation of the most ridiculous, grand, audacious, big, hairy, they call them big, hairy, audacious goals, big, hairy, audacious manifestations, where you're like, I want to change the trajectory on this planet, for fuck's sake, towards higher good, beauty, higher goodness, beauty, and truth. And I want to raise global consciousness. I want to inspire the collective, which we do, and we want to create all this, and we want to spread love. What do you think the universe does when the universe, the Akashic source, they all read your heart mind?
And I
know, right?
I want to, yes, of course.
They know
I
your
want to
pure
add
intention.
that, yes.
So if it's not, if you don't have pure intention, manifestation, it's not some gimmick. You can't fake this. Please.
Right. Oh, no. I was going to say that it really does start within as a discipline.
Yes.
If you guys are familiar with Abraham Hicks.
Yes.
I am an avid student
love her.
of her channeling. And she really was part of my journey. So if you guys are not tapped into Abraham Hicks, please tap into her. Matt Kahn. But I want to talk more about Abraham Hicks.
Sure.
Because she really has she is the foundation for me, and I can really speak to that. Matt is also very important.
For different reasons.
They share a lot. They have a lot in common, and I'll say by energetic signature. So both lead by example, number one, and both of them have high energy. And their high energy quotient is like they have like this internal party celebration going on inside, which is like this. So let me show you how Abraham Hicks leads, okay? So we're here, we're together, we're living a graceful and most tasteful light, aren't we, Randy?
Absolutely, Sister Sophia.
And what's happening right now, and I am so excited to say this, is we are going to build our wellness center in the future. We are going to co-create this most amazing flip of the script that
adult tantric entertainment channel, first of its kind.
First of its kind.
We don't answer to anyone, right? We are changing.
Stop. Yes, change. He gets ahead of himself, and I love him for it. But I'm like, wait, no. Now he's spiraling to this other corner, and I'm like, no, let's stay here, just for a hot minute, please. So here we are. We're enjoying this life because guess what? We're not in lack. You want to know why? Because we have everything we need. You want to know why? Because we are in full belief within self that we own and are accountable for everything that we are and everything that we can attain because we already have it. Correct. So within our vortex, our daily vortex every day, we try to keep this high elevation, very high elevation of energy that is focused on our path. And the path, as Matt Kahn said, is the path.
Whatever that entails, even if it's maybe not looking quite like you think it should at any given moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what I did was Sister Sophia now, I got all excited because, you know, our plans, right? I didn't want to go down too much of a rabbit hole, but the point is of the manifestation and why you saw me kind of start getting more animated is, and she's like, stop, please. It was really about, you feel the energy behind it.
Yes.
Because there's a purity of like really what we want to do.
Right. And there's a
and
belief.
Intent, and a belief, strong belief.
A very like intense, disciplined belief that you already have.
You can taste it. It's there.
You
here.
already have.
It's
you
like,
have it.
oh, that's the manifestation part that's important. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
So the other problem I have with a lot of goal setting ideas, or again, what you attract, like it's separate, you're suggesting it's separate. There also seems to be this idea, I just get this flavor of, okay, now I've laid it down, and now I'm expecting it sometime in the future. And that still suggests a big separation.
Yes.
And you're not really worthy of it.
Right.
As opposed to, here's my idea on this, because in the timeless realm, we're all in the timeless now. Our source selves, right? Our timeless now selves. And then in this timeline, there's a past, there's a present, a future, at least conceptually speaking, the way we interpret our reality here.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
So, with that said, manifestation is more nuanced, where to really do it with true authenticity and alignment with everything that is good, and with the Akashic records, everything, really what you're doing is saying, you know what, this reality I am going to manifest and co-create is good for me, it's good for my loved ones, it's good for the planet, and I wanted to thank the universe, which suggests that it's already in motion. And when you really say it with the heart-mind alignment, you really are just saying, hey, I have it out there. I have utmost confidence in the benevolence and the abundance of the universe because it dwells within. My heart and mind's aligned. And now I'm going to graciously say thank you for hearing it. And I know that this manifestation is happening in the timeless now.
That is correct.
Here's the thing. Here's the nuance. Now your human self, because I have challenges with this, the human self needs to just bite their collective tongues and say, not try to predict like, well, why isn't it happening now? Why isn't it happening now? How do you know what's happening and not happening? Because you're using your human senses again.
Coalescing to occur because it's already occurred, because it exists in all realms.
Correct. And do you know what the universe does? Because we're in this past, present, future timeline as well. Basically, the universe is saying, hey, I hear you. It's for the highest and best. Universe, if you're listening, the universe might also be telling you, and now we're preparing this event or this person, if it's a person, and we're preparing you. Because guess what? If you really want this incredible manifestation, there's a few things you need to work on along the way. And we're going to show you the signs if you're aware of them. And if you manifest those and you metabolize those, man, then the manifestation becomes ever more powerful and fantastic.
Right. So there are many experts out there on manifestation, and we're not saying that we're experts. What we are saying is we are experts of ourselves.
Oh,
and we're
definitely.
becoming
better experts
every day. And so our power of manifestation when we are together, that's something else, that's another topic for another day, is collective manifestation.
Even more powerful.
So when Randy and I are together, we manifest very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly together.
Think about just manifestation in our own individual consciousness and our trauma. I almost think of it that way too, healing, everything. Like when you're in this conscious relationship together, it's almost like a constant manifestation of like, I'm becoming my most authentic self, which then undergirds all of your other manifestations.
Because you have a witness. It's
the mirror.
You have a mirror. So
heart, mind's mirror.
We're gonna wrap this up because
we can go on and on.
We are gonna go on this topic at some other point. But I want to walk and I want to get breakfast, and we've got a nice full day ahead of us. And
as usual, thank you for tuning in to the Sister Sophia and the Epigenic Whisper channel. Soon to be Sisters of the Tantric Order, and just a blessed day. We love you all. And I just love sharing Gnosis with you when we can. So thanks for tuning in.
And be safe.